on out there in YouTube land? It's Nicole, aka Miss Writes Trends, and I'm gonna start doing get ready with me video conversations. Da da da. So I'm sitting here getting ready, and every time I get ready, I don't know if y'all do this, but I sit here and have conversations with myself, just reflecting on things that are going on in my life and trying to make sense of everything. As you know, I'm a Capricorn, so I am a thinker. I'm always in my head, always analyzing, always trying to think of, logical explanations for things. And, it just dawned on me, why not share this, you know, um, conversation, my enlightenments, so on and so forth. First off, I'm not really sharing this to put my business out there. That's not the purpose of this video. A lot of the times, even on Facebook, when I share things, I feel like, somebody could be going through the same struggle you are. So if you touch upon something that may come across a groundbreaking idea or what have you, those things can be shared to others to get them through that struggle that they're going through. So I feel like it's best for us to, collaborate on things and maybe get some, uh, get some ideas for our own experiences to get past them, especially if they're a trial or tribulation. So, I'm just going to talk about my dating experience in general. Um, Dating has been a an adventure, very much so. So, what I want to talk about is hold on, I'm missing some things. Okay. What I want to talk about are some things that, how men view women, basically. So it's very confusing when it comes to dating and when or not when you should be physical with them, i.e. intimate. For me, I'm not very much of a one night stand or booty call type of person, if you will. I prefer to have things in a monogamous setting. So my experiences lately have been that, once I get comfortable with that person, I am monogamous with them. And I really don't go, I try not to go outside of that. It's very important to know exactly what you're getting into as far as when you're dating someone. So, A, it's important to get to know that person before you put yourself out there. B, you also want to make sure that you're not putting yourself out there when you're not ready. Don't be pressured by a man who's dating you and feels like they need the sexual part so bad that, they're willing to put that pressure on you. If you're not ready and if they're not going to respect that, then they need to exit your life, stage left, because there's no point in even going there with them. Because the person that cares about you genuinely is not going to pressure you about sex, period. They're not going to feel the need to even want to take that path unless they respectfully understand that both of you guys have to be ready, especially you. Women don't do sex like men do. That's just the bottom line. Typically, a man, can be physical easier, can be physical with a woman without feelings more easily than a woman is. And that's just my experience. I feel like when a woman is intimate with a man, that's her being able to express her emotions. And this is just my opinion. Whereas with a man, it's just, his physical nature. Now, am I saying all men don't have the ability to express their feelings emotionally? No. Or express their intimacy emotionally. I'm not saying that men can't do that. Obviously, you can't make love to yourself. When two people make love, obviously two people have to be in love in order for that to happen. Um, at least that's how it works for me. So it's important to make sure that you're both on the same page as far as that goes. Um, I just feel like in this day and age, dating is like hopscotch, pretty much. People don't want to just stay in their one square with that person. They want to go out and adventure and see exactly what, the other squares have to offer. And it's just like, okay, um, when your box is marked number 1, then it's a no-brainer, but they don't see it that way. But that comes down to how you view yourself. How you view yourself is how other people, or I should say, not everyone is going to see how you view yourself. Okay, they're not going to appreciate that. However, this will help you weed out the people who are going to see your worth and who aren't going to see your worth. Okay, how you view yourself is very important, because if you belittle yourself and if you lower your standards to all that they can give you, for example, if they have the need to just want to have sex with you and that's it, well, that's all I'm looking for is just somebody, who's going to give me those benefits. Okay, a person who doesn't see their self-worth is going to be like, okay, well, if that's all you want, then that's all I'll give you. No, you should want more than that. You should put your foot down and want more than that. If they can't offer you that, then bye. I mean, it's just that simple. For me, I have very high standards. I have very high standards when it comes to relationships and exactly what I want in a relationship. You're not going to come to me and treat me like a fling, when I see myself as a queen. You know what I mean? And if you don't get that, then deuces. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm not going to belittle myself in receiving something very small from someone when I know I deserve more than that. Um, and that's how people, not even just women, people, period, should view themselves. You should always want more if you think you deserve more. Now, that goes to a certain extent, okay? If you feel like, um, if you are getting the world already from someone and you think you deserve more than that, then you need to pump your brakes. Hold on. Obviously, you're getting everything that you need from that person. There's no need to, continuously add on top of that, because then you look like you're ungrateful, and you look like you're just being way too damn picky. So there's a thin line, basically. Um, so I wanted to talk about something very specific. I had a conversation with one of my guy friends, and he was basically telling me that, excuse me, that I needed to take intimacy off the table. Notice how I'm saying intimacy, because to me, when I'm dating someone or if I'm in a relationship, to me, and being intimate is very important. I don't just have sex, I'm very intimate. So that just goes to show how important um, having those emotions for that person is to me. That's why I'm not saying just having sex. It's not just having sex to me. Um, but sorry, that was a side note. So, in talking to my friend, basically, him giving me advice on a certain situation that happened to me, he basically told me that I needed to take intimacy off the table, and to stop giving that to people who don't deserve it. And I absolutely agree. I think that, your intimacy should only be viewed as a value. It should have value. If anything, it should be damn near priceless. Because when I'm the kind of person that when I'm in love with someone or if I have feelings for them, like that gets implemented into my intimacy. And because of that, it makes it all the more better. Um, when a guy turns on those feelings and they're giving you that, they're giving you just enough to take you to that level intimately. And that's unfair. That's very unfair. Um, so, in dating someone, you just want to make sure that you're seeing those red flags and you're not ignoring them, because it's very easy to ignore them, especially when you find somebody that you do like and they are telling you all the right things. However, there's itty bitty actions that are not adding up to what they're saying. So you just want to, make sure that in dating that you don't let those red flags go, because they could either become more pronounced or they could be so overlooked that the end result could be very devastating, and that's not cool. um I have very much beat myself up for being too honest as far as the things that I want. And if I have a problem, i I believe in communication to the max. Like, I'm very communicative. I really feel like communication is important. However, there's a difference between picking an argument and communicating. I know this. I'm a very difficult person when it comes to arguing. So I don't even like calling arguing, but um, I know that I could be difficult, and I very much try not to be. So, when it comes to communication, I try to make sure that I express myself um, as best as I can, because it's important too. When you are sitting down with somebody and you're getting to know them, and what do you want? How do you see your future, and what do you want for your future? And this topic always comes up, and I always have a deep, in depth conversation about this. But I definitely bring up the fact that, eventually I would like to get married, and I'm very much looking for a very monogamous and basically, I just let them know that I date with intent. That's my goal. My goal, once everything is said and done, once we get past dating, I want to, eventually get married to someone. Um, that's very important to me, I feel. So, with going into the whole dating scene, like, I feel that it's important to make sure that they know what you want, and you know what they want, because you want to make sure that you guys are on the same page. That's very important. Um, the thing to be careful for or careful with are the guys that are willing to say anything and do anything just to have sex with you. Um, I've had I've had guys say I love you, and I've had guys say that they wanted a relationship with me just to have the intimacy, and you have to be very careful of that. I had to hop across my bed to get something. So yeah, that's very important, I feel. So in dating, um, a huge red flag, um, if you're unsure of your situation, a huge red flag is just making sure that the time that you guys spend together is quality time. For example, when you have somebody who is uh, adamant about hanging out at your place or hanging out at his place, um, I feel as though apartments should be treated as somebody meeting your kids. You wouldn't just bring any random person. At least I hope that's the case. You don't bring random people around your kids to meet them for the first time. So that's kind of how your apartment should be. You shouldn't really want to go off and see someone's apartment and get put in a situation that you're not ready for. So, you just want to make sure that you're making that step when you're absolutely necessary, or when it's when you're 100% ready, basically. That's when you want to make sure that you're taking that step. And is he worth it? Is he worth that step for you? And let me go back and say that, if you are looking to just have fun with someone and you like your situation where you you have a situation where you guys are friends with benefits, and that type of relationship is okay with you, then I'm not knocking people who do that, because there are people that can, you know, be, I don't want to say intimate, but have sex with somebody and not have feelings attached, and that's enjoyable for them, and that is okay. You do what's best for you. The point, I guess, in my video is just making sure that you're not putting yourself out there so much that it winds up hurting you versus benefiting you. It's very important for you to do what's in the best interest of yourself, first and foremost. So if you're ever put in a situation that's not beneficial to you, just step back and reanalyze exactly what it is that you want. I always, I don't know about any of you guys, but I'm definitely, I'm a Christian, and I do believe in God and Christ, and I study, and I believe in God's word, and that's an important moral that I do have. I respectfully respect everyone's beliefs. I am very open to learning about other experiences and belief systems. So that's me, but I say that to say this. I feel like when it comes to what you want, just make sure that you're doing it because it's right for you. And it's very important to make sure that you're not giving the best parts of yourself to someone who doesn't deserve it. And, my mom always said one way to tell if a man is really into you is to talk about God, to talk about your beliefs and what motivates you, talk about all the positive things that are going on in your life. Anyone who doesn't care about that is going to immediately reveal that about themselves. It's not very hard to weed out the ones that are not there for you for the most genuine reasons. All you have to do is open your eyes and think logically. Sometimes our hearts can be a little irrational because of our feelings, and it could alter, our brain as far as being able to make the most right decisions. Um, so, with that said, I just want to say that you are the only person that is allowed to and can um, give yourself your worth. There's no one else that can do that except you. That's it. And like I said, how people choose to respect you and see your worth is primarily up to you. And if they don't see it, that's fine. But if you continue to deal with those kind of people, then what is that essentially saying? How you view yourself. You are worth so much more than what you allow these people to treat you. And that's something that you have to keep in mind. It hurts sometimes to let relationships go, especially if you're used to it, if you're comfortable with them, you know. However, in sitting back and analyzing, who is right for you or who deserves to be in your life, you have to know your self-worth, because only then will you be able to determine how another person is supposed to treat you. Having a mixture of humility and confidence is what brings you to know your worth. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I just needed to put this out here because, I'm going through a situation myself. And, in realizing while I'm sitting here crying over another person, why? Why am I crying? Um, I know my worth and I know what I deserve. And if that means that I have to let go a meaningless relationship, then so be it. That's what's going to have to happen. So, yeah. All right. Well, hopefully this touches somebody. And if you guys have anything to add or any opinions or even anything that somebody can learn and grow from, please comment them below. But yeah, until next time.